Dreamfyre. Dreamfyre was a she-dragon, ridden by Princess Rhaena Targaryen and later by Queen Helaena Targaryen. Dreamfyre is a dragon bred by House Targaryen. She is bonded to Helaena Targaryen, though Helaena rarely rides her. After Princess Rhaena Targaryen became an involuntary black bride to her own uncle, King Maegor Targaryen, Dreamfyre flew her rider from the Red Keep to support the claim of her brother Prince Jaehaerys Targaryen. Awaiting the birth of her sibling, Rhaenyra chooses one of Dreamfyre's eggs to place in the cradle. Daemon steals the same egg after he is disinherited. Dreamfyre is guarding a mound of eggs in the dragon pit when she is approached by Aemon Targaryen. In response, Dreamfyre roars and breathes fire, scaring Aemon away. Dreamfyre stays at high tide along with several other dragons during the funeral of Lena Velaryon. The next day, she flies back to King's Landing with Helaena Targaryen riding her. Dreamfyre was hatched during the reign of King Aegon I Targaryen. She bonded with Aegon I's first granddaughter, Princess Rhaena Targaryen, who became the Knight of Dreamfyre in 35 AC at age 12. By 43 AC, she had laid 2 clutches of eggs. After the death of Rhaena's father, King Aenys I Targaryen, and the coronation of her half-brother, Maegor I, in 42 AC. So she flew with Dreamfyre to Leal on the coast of the Sunset Sea, and there they stayed at Leal Castle. There they remained until 47 AC, when Maegor ordered Rhaena back to King's Landing. Not wanting to bring Maegor's wrath and Balerian's flames to the Fair Isle, Rhaena flew Dreamfyre to the Red Keep. The following year, Rhaena fled the Red Keep on her dragon, along with her eldest daughter Arya, and Maegor's Valyrian steel sword Blackfyre, to join her only surviving brother, Jaehaerys. During the reign of Viserys I Targaryen, Dreamfyre bonded with Helaena Targaryen. During the Dance of the Dragons, after Helena's 6-year-old son was murdered during the Civil War, Helaena spent her days in darkness, crying, and was no longer able to ride Dreamfyre. Dreamfyre resided in the Dragon Pit, and it is said that when Helaena threw herself from her window in her death in Maegor's Keep, Dreamfyre rose suddenly with a roar that shook the Dragon Pit and broke 2 of the chains that bound her. Dreamfyre remained chained in the Dragon Pit when the people of King's Landing invaded the pit. Of the 4 dragons present, Dreamfyre was the only dragon able to break free of her chains when the mob invaded. She took flight, circled the dome's cavernous interior, and swooped down to attack the men below. She has killed more men than the other 3 dragons combined. Archers and crossbowmen loosed arrows and curses at her, and whenever she landed, men rushed to attack her, taking her back into the air. Eventually, one of her eyes was hit by a crossbow bolt. Half-blind and maddened, Dreamfyre flew towards the great dome above the dragon pit, which shattered on impact. Half of her collapsed, crushing her and the dragon slayers as well, under tons of broken stone and rubble. Appearance. Dreamfyre was a slender she-dragon. Her coloration was primarily pale blue, with silver markings. She had silver crests and pale blue wings. By 35 AC, Dreamfyre was large enough for the 12-year-old Rhaena Targaryen to mount her. In the books. In the A Song of Ice and Fire, Dreamfyre was hatched at some point prior to the reign of King Maegor I Targaryen, and was ridden by King Aenys Targaryen's daughter and eldest child, Princess Rhaena Targaryen. Dreamfyre's color was primarily light blue, with secondary silver markings. Dreamfyre was referred to as a she-dragon, because it was confirmed to have laid several clutches of eggs. She was comparatively slender for a dragon, explaining how, despite being near in age, other second-generation dragons such as Vermithor or Malays were considered more powerful in combat, even younger ones like Caraxes. Rhaena hid with Dreamfyre on Fair Isle for a time, before being summoned back to King's Landing, where she was forced to marry her own half-uncle Maegor, the man who had just killed her own brother-husband, Prince Aegon. Rhaena later escaped the Red Keep, however, flying Dreamfyre away, along with the ancestral Targaryen sword Blackfyre, taken from Maegor while he slept. Rhaena and Dreamfyre survived Maegor's death, living at times on Dragonstone, later returning to Fair Isle for several years, then finally at Harrenhal until Rhaena's eventual death in 73 AC. Fire and Blood vaguely implies that Dreamfyre may have been the mother of Daenerys Targaryen's 3 dragons, though this is unconfirmed. The book does explain how 3 dragon eggs ended up in the Free Cities. After a long-standing quarrel, Rhaena's lover Alyssa Farman stole 3 dragon eggs from the hatchery on Dragonstone and fled with them to the Free Cities, where she sold them for funds. This does heavily imply that Daenerys's 3 eggs did not originate in Aes High but were in fact from the Targaryen lineage of dragons. The exact wording of the text, however, does not specify which dragon laid the eggs that Alyssa stole, whether from Dreamfyre or another. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later, bye bye.